Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 937. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Only Sir Professor Corey knows my true secret to my hair.
Are we having problems with the audio already? Chris, did you hear?
No, it broke up.
Say it again, Scott. I'm sorry.
I said only Professor Corey knows the secret to my hairstyle.
Oh, wow. Okay. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right. So, want to what? No, I know. Yeah. So today, all these interruptions, I do apologize. I made a purchase this morning on Amazon and had it super delivered for today.
Nice.
And I got the 10th planet. Same day delivery. Had to pay a nice piece of change to get it. But I got to tell you, I got to watch it, and this is also with the animated for the fourth part.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
so,
good.
So I want to talk about this because reason why, I mean, somebody already spoiled the beans about what's going to happen anyway in the finale and the Christmas special. But I want to talk about this because this was interesting. I did not know that, and if you don't watch this, this is supposedly they land in 1986.
Yep.
But this is like the 60s. So that's the future to them, okay? And they land on Earth in 1986. And there is a thing where this part where it's like all snow and everything, I guess. I'm not sure where it was. And they were doing like different tests, whatever. The doctor was ill. But in real life, he was ill. Like William Hart now. Real life. So they had to explain.
I think they were talking about. I think I saw something about how he was also starting on the beginning to show the signs of Alzheimer's. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think it was that.
Well, see, the thing is that they had to find a way to have the show continue without him.
Yeah.
So he was really ill in this episode, so they had to explain that by him collapsing and then him being off camera for a little while here, a little while there, a little while here. It was very interesting how they had astronauts and they sent them to Mars, but they never got to Mars because another planet was like in front of it, which they're like, oh my God. Back then, they were like, oh, the big thing was always, is there a 10th planet? Is there a 10th planet? Because I remember when I was a kid, I would have all these books and they're like, what is the 10th planet? Scientists believe there's a 10th planet hidden behind this. So it was like a whole big thing in the 60s and 70s and 80s. What is the 10th planet? Okay? This was when Pluto was a planet, so that would have been the 10th. Not necessarily that it would have been after Pluto, but it would have been somewhere. So these astronauts stumble upon a planet that's not supposed to be there. And it turns out that this is the Cybermen's homeworld. Okay? I can't hear you, Scott.
I had to shut my mic.
Okay, what were we saying?
Maybe nothing. I was telling how this.
So Mondas was the planet, right? Mm-hmm. And the Mondasians are the Cybermen. Now they're saying that there were two planets, Earth and Mondas, right? And that they split away. There was like humans basically, and
they were jettisoned. Basically, something came too close between the two of them and jettisoned.
Right, and they wound up changing civilization to make themselves like more robotic. They moved their planet to another galaxy, whatever, and now they're able to move the planet back to this galaxy because they need the Earth's energy to continue because their planet's going to be destroyed. Which, even by that standards, in 1966, to move a planet was ridiculous beyond. Even now, like they talked about Journey's End and all that, and the Daleks did that also too. But moving planets, that was like a thing. So they had this nasty like guy that was in charge, Cutter, whatever. He was like really nasty, General Cutter, and he was like tough. And the companions were Ben and Polly. Okay, and they stumbled upon that the Cybermen had killed the other astronauts because it was getting too close to their planet. And then they come here and they try to invade. Okay, and you know, it's cool because the companion, Ben, is sort of like an action hero in a way. You know,
Yeah.
he gets the device, you know, he's the first one to get their device. He shoots it at them. He kills one of them. He's upset by it. And then they use that to kill the Cybermen. So that these people, they get smart and they kill, like, wipe out the first wave of Cybermen, you know? And then it's like there's a situation that occurs where the general's son was sent as a secondary astronaut up in space, and they didn't even tell him until he was on his way there. So he got all upset, and he's like, "The hell with my career, the hell with everything. I'll kill everybody because my kid is gonna. I'll even blow up the Earth. I'm getting my kid back safe and everything." And it kept causing conflict with the Doctor and his companions because the Doctor did not want them to kill the Cybermen because it would have made it worse, and then there'll be a war and all that. Because he's like, "Listen, let's just talk, let's figure it out, you know, see what they want." They found out that, you know, the Cybermen don't have emotions, they don't have this, but I guess they were reasonable, or they would, you know, they were supposed to, like, you know, make deals or
emotions. Yep.
They weren't looking to kill everybody, but they were like, "Listen, just do what we told you to do, and then you go over there," or whatever. You know, it wasn't like they didn't have emotions, so they couldn't be evil to just kill them anyway. And that, you know what I'm saying? So, but this was going on. The Doctor fell ill. He collapsed, and I'm just jumping all around because I don't want to spend too much time on it now until we have a big panel to talk about it.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things that I noticed in this episode that was shocking.
One little tidbit: Attack of the Cybermen with Colin Baker revisited this whole thing where they were trying to reverse this, but of course that was coming a year. That actually that episode appeared a year before it was supposed to have happened.
Right. I want to talk about big points that I found in here. There was a line, I wrote it down. There was a line that Ben said when he was thrown in the brig. Okay, he was thrown in the brig, and he was trying to figure out a way to get out of there and have a weapon or whatever before he stole the device that killed the Cybermen. And he had like a something like a screwdriver. And he goes, he's like, imagine tackling one of these things with a screwdriver. And then I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh.
I was like, oh, shit. They knew who the next Doctor was. Oh, shit. He had the sonic screwdriver. They put that shit in there like a fucking hint. The sonic screwdriver's coming. I'm like, holy shit. What did I find? Nobody's fucking talking about this. Why not? Holy shit. A fucking line. It says,
the funny thing about when the screwdriver was first introduced, it looked like a tiny little pin light.
Right, but this is a line that the companion's saying. Yep. He's like, but the writer fucking knew what they were going to do. They fucking knew it. And they're like, imagine tackling one of those things with a screwdriver. And he throws the fucking thing. Like, that thing sucks. It's like, but I was like, holy shit. Then there was other lines. There was other things. The Cybermen said something like to resist is useless, but in all different combinations of whatever. Now, we all know that in Star Trek Next Generation, the writers loved the Cybermen. So the Borg are technically the Cybermen of Star Trek Next Generation. So they took those words and they jumbled them around. Instead of saying resist, they go resistance. And instead of useless is futile, which is, and they kind of looked, and then after a while, Cybermen kind of looked like them too. They're like back and forth. So it's really freaking cool. Also, there was like a Star Trek Next Generation documentary where they were saying how Patrick Stewart, oh my God, the way he pronounced the word, it used to be data, like he pronounced it data, and it made it like, oh my God, because of him that data is pronounced this way. But all the freaking British people said it that way because they said it in this episode. They're like data. So crazy things coming from this episode, and I was like, I was enjoying it, especially like, I know the special effects, to see it now, whatever, but I was enjoying it because
they're dated, but still, I mean, that's what makes it a classic.
And the way the camera was in this particular episode, it was like almost like that live look,
Yeah.
So, which you don't really like usually. If they had like that thing on TV, you're like, ew, that's like, we don't want to. But I gotta say, he's like, oh, my body's starting to wear thin, and he's like doing all these things. And then when when he woke up, like basically the companion saved the day with the people that remained, and the Doctor didn't really do anything, But it was a thing where the Doctor got back to the TARDIS, last amount of energy opened the door for the companions to come in and regenerate. Okay?
Yep.
And now I'm not going to talk about the finale or Christmas special to come. We'll do it at another time. But because these guys, the original Cybermen are appearing. The Mondasi and Cybermen are going to appear. So people are like, oh, with the first Doctor, encountered them first. Oh, what's going on? What, and Capaldi's always like the first Doctor with the ring and all that, whatever. So we're going to talk about that another time. We know what's going on with that. Even though somebody spoiled it already today. Was it yesterday? I don't remember. But anyway, I really loved it. And I ordered Power of the Daleks like tonight, and it's coming special delivery Monday because they don't deliver on Sundays. But it's just, it's funny. I remember seeing the original. I'm pretty sure I saw the original piece before it was erased because they had them on the channels or whatever it was, and
and I remember seeing them.
I think it was on. Yes, I think they might have erased it like afterwards, but I remember seeing the actual way it happened. And then it was so cool how they did the animation where they had the audio of them dubbed onto the animation. So very happy I got this. I am hoping that they do find the missing episodes so that I can buy another version of it and put that. But some of the names on here.
Like I have always said, if they're not going to go with the animation style, then use today's technology, today's actors to recreate those missing episodes.
Right. But
still have it filmed in that same black and white style.
Yeah, but again, this was great. It was really, really great. So I'm glad I got it today and had it special delivered today. I'm gonna have the Power of the Daleks. I'm gonna do on that, and I'm gonna try to go backwards first and try to get whatever I don't have the Wayne Hartnell. The Wayne Hart. Some people say Hartnell. Wayne Hartnell.
Don't like that thing, Joe. I'm sorry you had to waste your money.
No, man, I was very happy with it. I was very happy with it. So, anyway, there's all this talk about Doctor Who about them cutting episodes. And you know what? I kind of analyzed today the way they had stuff set up in the past. Because it seemed to me from the first Doctor, each season, like he had like 9 episodes, And then when he fell ill, there was only that 2 episodes that season, But then when Patrick Troughton started, there wasn't 9, there was 7. Because the 2 were technically supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like they supposed to have those 7 was supposed to be William Hartnell's, and they gave it to Patrick Troughton, but they wouldn't give him 2 additional episodes. So then it wasn't 9 anymore, 7, and then you start to see as each time, each after a couple of years, they keep getting less and less.
I've got a book that explains that basically. They said generally, like you have, let's say you get, I know I'm paraphrasing here, so forgive me. It pretty much says, let's say you have like a 6-part episode. By the 3rd part, you pretty much know you've got the Daleks being the main enemy. And the last 3 episodes is them trying to defeat. So that's pretty much why they decided to cut it down to 4 and maybe randomly 2 or 3.
Well, no, that's not it at all, actually. The whole thing is that from William Hartnell, every year he did and when I say 9 episodes, I mean 9 episodes, but there was parts in the episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I'm not talking about parts. I'm talking about episodes. So as each year, like after each doctor got less and less episodes to film a year. Now, even though, Tom Baker had 9, 10 years in the role, he only had 4 to film a year or 5. No, it was 6 a year or whatever it was or something like that, right?
And you'd always have 1 or 2 in that season that would be 6-parters.
Right. So the thing is that when we got to McCoy, there was only 4 episodes every
3 or sometimes 2.
There was 4 episodes. No, there was 4 episodes every season. Okay, until he was done, and then we had the 8th Doctor. Because I was just so it's then we had the 8th Doctor, and then when Russell T Davies came on, it skyrocketed up to 13 plus a Christmas special, but I think the episodes were shorter than, because they were like 44 minutes or whatever. Meanwhile, they used to be out, stuff used to be hours back in the day.
I said during his first season, I did comment about Russell T's way he did it. If you watch his episodes, not so much with Moffat, but if you actually watch his episodes, if you broke them up into like a certain way, they could actually be just like the original Doctor Who series, to where they would bring you up to a cliffhanger and then they would stop.
Right.
Like I want to say every 10, 15 minutes.
But my thing I'm talking about is, now say we start from Russell T Davies, right? 13 plus a Christmas special, 14 every year, right? Then when we get to, Moffat, it's the same thing, but then we started getting with David Tennant, we lost the season, we only got specials, so maybe whatever. And then we got Matt Smith. They even had the split seasons, they had whatever. But once we were at Capaldi, besides losing the seasons with Tennant and Matt Smith, right?
Yeah.
Once we're with Capaldi, it goes down from 14 to like 12. Because you get like 13 plus Christmas special. Then it went to, I think, 12 plus a Christmas. Now it's at 12 plus a Christmas special. And the Moffat was recently, commenting that, oh yeah, he's ending, but he's going to try to get extra episodes, which is not really extra. It's what it should have had in the first place. 13 plus a Christmas special.
But what concept does he mean extra, though?
Meaning that,
that's the problem.
It does a Christmas special, maybe he'll do a New Year's special too or something.
Yeah, and that's one.
Like Russell T Davies. See, the thing, we know that he's probably going for the record of a 3-parter. Just like Russell T Davies said. Now, we just got confirmation today. This was on Doctor Who TV UK. Okay, they said that there is going to be a 3-parter, and they're talking about Missy and the Monks. All right, which more than likely is the last 3 parts, I guess. So it is going to be that Moffat. Let's see, who's doing what. Moffat did the first part. Toby Whitehouse, and then there's also Peter Harness. So they're doing a 3-parter, which is probably the finale, I'm guessing. So again, he got what he got. Now he's tied with Rusty Davis. Well, maybe not have, because he kind of did his own bits and pieces into their writing anyway. So, but there you go. It's like, are we going to get in Series 11 less than 12 a year, plus a Christmas special? Because it looks like they were going downward spiral again. Like, instead of doing 12, they'll do 10 plus a Christmas special, or 9. They may go back to the 9, which, again, I got to tell you, somebody has got to put a stop to it.
The only problem with doing that is, are they going to go do this whole thing where you give us 6 or 3 in one section, take a break, and then give us the other?
Oh, the split seasons? I don't think they're doing split seasons anymore. What about you, Chris? I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, are you worried if they keep taking away episodes?
Not really. The only thing that I would wonder then is this a budget thing, and is it because their ratings are going down? Because getting less episodes. I mean, getting less episodes. It kind of sucks, but I don't think it's really that big. I don't find that big of a problem if we get 12 or 13 episodes, as long as the stories are well written. I think you could, if you got 9 episodes, but all 9 episodes are really well written, at that point I'd be like, okay, fine. But if we got 9 episodes and they were all, or some of them were really bad, then I'd be like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah, in other words, just cut the episodes, then you're saying.
Yeah, like if you can tell a really, really well-told story, or well-written story, I should say, in 9 episodes, then by all means, go for 9 episodes. Don't stretch it out to 12 or 13 episodes just for the sake of having 12 or 13 episodes. But if they're being forced to cut it down, that's when I start to worry. That's when I'm like, okay, why are they doing that? Because obviously, less episodes to me sometimes means show's not doing as well.
Right.
So.
And look, judging by the years of Classic Who, it looked like, I mean, it was very popular when Tom Baker was on there, and he was with being the Doctor longest. But then all of a sudden after that, I mean, it started to less and less and less episodes. I mean, before that it was like that, but then it kept going up and down, up and down. Like Scott said, some of the episodes were hours longer. Like it's not, what I'm saying. So even though they had less amount of episodes, there was like 16 parts or something instead of 4 parts or whatever.
Well, look at Trial of the Time Lord. They've got that, and then Patrick Troughton's last adventure, War Games. That was 10 parts.
Right. So that tells you right there. Again, I get paranoid and worried every time they keep going lower and lower, because my argument is, if you're going to cut the episodes and we still have suck episodes, then what if you go down to such a low number where the stuff that you have is crap also? Like, I'd rather have more episodes like this, folks. That's why I get worried, because I don't believe in that. I think that no matter what the episode count is, they're going to have some clunkers. So now we have a more.
Well, look at you talking about how that 10th Planet looked live. I still remember watching Tom Baker and Louise Jameson's Horror of Fang Rock, because initially that was supposed to be a vampire episode, and BBC was doing Dracula. They felt there was going to be a conflict of interest. They had to quickly replace that with Horror of Fang Rock, and Horror of Fang Rock looked like they had set it up as a stage play. If you go back and watch it.
Yeah. Well, from time to time, we're gonna try to, do the classic episodes. I know we're not big on that. I mean, I've done in the past on my channel here and there. When Old Doc used to be on, I used to do with him too. We did the Aztecs and stuff. So, all right, that's going to be it for today for the Real Whovians cast. We got some everything show stuff to talk about. Thanks a lot, Scott. Thanks a lot, Chris.
You're welcome.
Take care. Bye for now.